Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having water, and tonight I'll be discussing Learn My Lesson by Katee Robert. I did receive this as an art from NetGalley, and of course I'm giving my honest opinion. These are the highlights and the content warnings. My rating for this book is 4.25, so what's it about? So this book is about Hades, who after one night with Meg is willing to do whatever it takes to rescue her from being Hades' captive and being forced to do whatever he wants. He thinks the best way to save her is to make a deal with the devil, and the deal is Hades gets Hercules in exchange for Meg going free, and that seems like a small price to pay. That is until Hercules learns he was lured into a trap and Meg is not a captive, but rather a willing participant, and she is happy where she is as queen of the underworld. But due to the wording of the deal, he is not able to back out, and he is stuck in the underworld at their mercies. But as much as he should resent them for playing him for a fool, he finds himself desiring them as much as he should hate them. But it's not just Meg's touch that he's craving, but Hades and his dark desires as well that leave Hercules trembling at their feet. But they have to be careful not to get too distracted by their desires, as there are deeper issues at play due to Hades that put them all at risk if they don't figure out what's going on between them and work together. So what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this a 4.25. This book was a lot of fun to read for a couple of reasons. The first is that this edition will include the author's annotations and thoughts about certain passages in their book, and that will be included in the print edition as far as I understand it. And it really felt like the author was sitting next to me as I was reading their book, and we were just chatting about it as I was reading it. So that was really fun. Next is the spice in this book is really well done. The way the author wrote it made it feel like I wasn't reading a passage in a book, but rather in a specialty club witnessing these scenes in front of me. I felt very immersed in it, and that just took it up another notch for me. Now, for the characters, something I really enjoyed was that you have these two morally gray MCs, Hades and Meg, who have this black cat energy, and then you have Hercules, who is this like himbo white knight golden retriever type, and the way they all come together is just really adorable, because this book is centered around sort of a miscommunication trope, at least sort of in my opinion, because Hades and Meg have been together for a long time, but they've started to grow apart, and they can't seem to bridge that gap between them anymore, and it's led to misunderstandings because they're coming to their own conclusions because they're just not talking. And Hades decides the best way to solve this issue in the relationship is to bring in Hercules temporarily to solve not just their relationship issues, to bridge the gap between the two of them, but to solve other issues as well. And he has this idea that Hercules is just temporary. It's not going to be here for the long term. But Hercules has this way of worming himself into not just Meg's heart, but Hades' heart as well. And even though Hades is resistant to it, he starts to realize that they need Hercules in the long term, that they all belong together. And it was just really cute, them all coming together eventually. Now, this book is part of a series, but is a true standalone, as I have not read the first book, and this is the second book in the series, and at no point did I feel lost because I haven't read that book. In fact, this book feels like it is a hub for not just the characters in that book, but all the other characters that are going to be in the future book, and in fact, it made me really interested in all their stories, so I do plan to continue the series. Overall, this was a really fun book that I had a great time reading, and I do recommend it. It will be available August 5th, so definitely check it out for yourself, and I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.